बहुत सारी शुभकामनाएं।
Good morning to one and all present here. I, Monica Verma, Assistant Professor of Law, on behalf of ICFI University, Jharkhand, extend my warm welcome to all the participants, the guests of honor, esteemed judges, and viewers on one of our ambitious events, Shri Yasaswy Memorial National Moot Court Competition 2021. Today, we feel privileged to inaugurate this competition. I would like to welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor O.R.S. Rao, our respected Registrar, Sir, Professor Arvind Kumar Sinha, Dr. Bhagwat Barik, Sir, Assistant Dean of ICFI University, all the respected HODs, faculties, and students of the ICFI University Jharkhand present here. We will begin the session with the auspicious virtual lightening of lamp. I request the technical team to please play the lightening of lamp.
अस्तु मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ शान्ति 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 ॐ।
Thank you so much, technical team. I would now request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Professor O.R.S. Rao, to kindly address the gathering.
Our guest of honor for today's event, Shri Rajendra Krishna ji, Honorable Chairman, Jharkhand State Bar Council. The guest of honor, Honorable Justice Shri N. Tiwari ji. He was the judge of the retired judge of the High Court of Jharkhand. The leading advocate, Mr. Pradeep Bhattacharya ji. Professor Arvind Kumar, our registrar. Dr. Bhagwat Barik, Assistant Dean. Professor Alok Kumar, the head of the department for the law. All my senior faculty colleagues, all the students, and very importantly, all the teams that are participating in today's National Moot Court competition, which is being organized in memory of our late founder of the ICFI group, late N.J. Yasaswy Memorial. And this happens to be the sort of a 10th anniversary of our late founder. So a very good morning and hearty welcome to all of you to today's National Moot Court competition. Typically, for those of you that are not conversant with the moot court and moot court competitions, moot court is essentially a simulation of a real court, and where the students get trained on how to be a professional lawyer. To that extent, all the students, it's a great opportunity for them to get trained on how to kind of forward us, advance their arguments and counter arguments like in a real court of law. And that's where, in fact, our university, in fact, we are part of the ICFI group, and we have a faculty management studies where we have got a range of programs, undergraduate and postgraduate and PhD programs in management studies. Then we also have got various programs, the diploma as well as the BTech programs and BC and MCA programs in Faculty of Science and Technology. And we also have the programs in the law, that is BB, LLB honors and the LLB. With this, yes, we have set up a moot court, and our students are being trained very well using the moot court. And today is the kind of, we are really proud that, our team is organizing, our law department team is organizing a national moot court competition. In this, we are really delighted and elated that 21 teams are participating from across the country. sort of a beat from the north or west or east or south, from all parts of the country, 21 teams are participating. And that too, the theme that is chosen by our team is something very, very contemporary. That is the cyber security. Today, in fact, cyber security, in fact, today, all of us, I think we are conversant with that. And we are also aware of the perils of that, while the cyber world brought in lots of advantages and a lot of facilities to us. It is the cyber world, that also has become a home for various criminals. With the result, so many cyber crimes are happening. With the result, today more than a physical security, all of us, we have to be conscious of the cyber security. And in this context, while I think as far as the government of India is concerned, yes, they have been at it, and wherein they are sort of working out on various types of the laws and regulations to contain the cyber security. So at the same time, every time when we try and sort of secure certain things, either physical security or a cyber security, there will be issues and challenges with regard to the privacy and the individual freedoms of the people, the citizens. So that applies to the cyber security as well. Sort of today, the theme and the kind of a topic on which the entire the Moot problem that was sort of orchestrated is around the cyber security and the data privacy. That means that it is a security versus the individual freedom. Of course, normally it's not a fight between the security and freedom. It is a matter of you need both of them. So that's how we can balance the security and at the same time taking care of the privacy into that. So I think that's how the Moot problem was announced into that. So I'm really delighted that kind of a program has evoked excellent response from all the law students across the country. And again, my hearty welcome to all the dignitaries and also the student teams that are participating in this. And I wish all the participating teams, all success. So all of us look forward to very animated, judgments and counter judgments on this. So over to Professor Monica.
Thank you so much, sir. Your words always inspires us to do better in our future endeavors. Taking the program forward, now I request our guest of honor, Honorable Shri Rajendra Krishna, sir, Chairman, Jharkhand State Bar Council, to kindly address the gathering.
Honorable Mr. Justice N.N. Tiwari, retired judge of Jharkhand High Court, and of course, my mentor, most respected Professor Mr. O.R.S. Rao, Vice Chancellor of the University, or learned faculty members of the university, and the learned lawyers present in this inaugural session, and my dear students, law students and participants. It is an honor to be here in the inaugural session of the national national Moot Court competitions. I presume that the participants and the faculty is aware about the Moot Court, what is the concept of Moot Court, and why the Moot Court has been included practically in the curriculum of the subject of law. So basically, when we have done our law, then we have only the classroom teaching experience and the learning. Simultaneously, the idea was few years back, I think 8-9 years back, this concept was inculcated, that there should be a virtual court and the students should learn the proceedings of the court by arguing in the virtual court. Simultaneously, they should learn the skills of a lawyer, how the case is being presented, what is there's so many ingredients which can be inculcated in a law students while during the course of a study of law. And as soon as they pass the law, they can at least be able to handle their cases effectively in the court of law. Because what I find, so many students passing out from the National Law College and other good university, they have approached me and they said, sir, once we join this, the practice of legal practice, we don't have any assistance. We have taken loan. So at least this virtual court and the students will learn as soon as they pass out that how to effectively practice in the court of law so that they can sustain on themselves. This is what I find, because see, I'm not discussing the various ingredients which can be developed and which is required in the moot court, as I presume that effective communications, your attitude in the court, your submissions, your readiness with the facts, law, precedents, all these things are the ingredients which I presume that the students who are participating in the national moot court competitions, they are aware and they're accordingly preparing themselves in that manner. What I need to suggest only few things to the students as well as to the faculty members, that the students, they are preparing themselves. They must prepare, because that will help them to become a very good and effective lawyer. They can right from the start, they can at least handle their cases independently, because unlike me, that when I joined, then I took 3 to 4 years to learn about the entire procedure and to develop the qualities of a lawyer. So this is one. And my second suggestion to the faculty member is that, and to the management, is that the faculty members who are practically being given the job of a judge, they should also sometimes visit the court in order to know that what are the proceedings of the court, how our judges, the honorable judges, they used to interact with the lawyers. So that is very important, because here they are. So this is one of the suggestions, that I don't find the faculty members visiting the court, seeing the court proceedings, so that when they see, they will practically come to know that how the court proceedings is being conducted, what are the questions that can be put, and what are the reactions, what are the entire things. So this is one important issue which I feel I must suggest to this August gathering. And besides that, I must congratulate all the students participating and wishing them all the best. They should prepare the entire, because I'm not discussing over the topic, because recently you have a right to privacy. You have a good judgment of Honorable Supreme Court by a constitutional bench. So you can go through that. But therefore, I am extending my best wishes to all the participants. And with these words, I am concluding, thanking you for the university for inviting me and giving me the occasion to express my ideas. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable suggestions and guidance. Taking the program forward, we have with us our guest of honor, Honorable Mr. Justice N.M. Tiwari, sir, retired judge of the High Court of Jharkhand. Sir has practiced at Patna High Court, enrolled as an advocate in November 1975. Sir has practiced at Patna High Court, and then after reorganization of the state of Bihar, in Jharkhand High Court. He was designated as a senior advocate in August 2002. He was elevated as judge of the High Court of Jharkhand in June 2004 and has delivered a number of landmark and path-breaking judgments on all branches of law, including the constitutional law, criminal law, commercial laws, and all. Sir, kindly, I request you to address the gathering.
Shri Rajendra Krishna ji, Chairman State Bar Council Jharkhand, Professor O.R.S. Rao, Vice Chancellor of ICFA University, the participants, the faculties, students and other present. In this cold December morning, it is a very warm virtual gathering. A very good morning to all of you. First of all, I said by the Vice Chancellor, I also highly commend the organizers for selecting a very important and timely legal topic, cyber law, for mooting. This will be very helpful for the future lawyers, judges, and other related professionals in particular, and all the law students and people in general. The interested persons will be highly enlightened by attending the mooting session of these 2-3 days, by hearing the arguments, the legal points, provisions of cyber law and decisions, which may be cited by the talented mooters of this competition, hailing from 21 institutions of law from across the country. It is my privilege to address you on this occasion. I said by the previous speakers and the Vice Chancellor that this moot court competition provides an excellent opportunity for law students to learn a legal skill and art of advocacy, which will be of immense help in their future careers. Though in moot court, you will be arguing before a simulated court, it will be of much significance in capacity building and training for the budding lawyers and judges who after some time will be adoring the real courts. Mooting, my friends, is not only debating or arguing, it is a lot more. It is science and art and technique needed to learn by every law student to inculcate the litigation culture and to become a successful professional. In a debate, you simply argue to win the situation in any possible manner, sometimes by raising your voice on a high pitch. But in mooting, you need to argue to convince the judge with proper proof by keeping your voice humble and by following the mooting culture and manners. Mooting scale boosts up the confidence level of the students. It is highly beneficial for the law students to participate in moot courts, which is a fun with learning technique, which ultimately goes a long way to help you in your future professional career. In the moot courts, you are given framed cases on which you have to argue to win the case in the manner that actually happens in a real court. When it was first introduced in the Harvard University in about 1870, several eyebrows were raised about its relevance. But nowadays, this mooting culture has been following by every colleges and university providing legal education. In India, the mooting culture started when Bar Council of India organized the Bar Council of India Moot Court in the year 1981. And in 1985, learning through moot court became an integral part and feature of Indian legal education. My friends, mooting court is a training platform for preparing you to face the professionals in the field and comfortably represent your client in the best manner before the law courts. It helps you in confidence building and in building your personality as a professional. Very easy technique is to place the facts before a judge like a storytelling. Narrate your favorable points in a simple way. Don't suggest any incorrect fact. Good behavior towards your opponent and fellow men will make your way easy. Never be irritated if the questions are asked or objections are raised while you are arguing. You should develop a good command over the temper, gesture, and movement of your body. Dressing should be also neat and proper. Be master of facts. That can only be done by reading the facts of the case several times. Find out where is the crux of the problem. Then think about relevant provisions of law applicable to the given case. Then connect the legal provisions to the points in your favor. Also, prepare for the points that opposition may raise. A good mooter should know what the opponent may argue and what may be defense against his points. Try to support your arguments by citing relevant decisions of the Supreme Court or the High Court. Now, what to say and what to say and what not to say is an art to be developed for mooting. Try to convince the judge in a very humble and polite manner. Be always submissive and respectful to the judge while making your points. Stay focused about your objective, about what do you want to prove, and keep the authority in mind. Friends, these are some of the tips which I have gathered from my experience. It is for you mooters, but the winners have to do all those expected as said, and then a little bit more special of his own. You have to learn the knack, how to prove yourself. Now, I'm exceeding my given time. So participant, I wish you a grand mooting and all the best. A very happy New Year 2020 to all of you.
Thank you, sir, for guiding us and the students as well. I now request the technical team to kindly display the draw of lots that was done on 17 December 2021 for all the participating teams for the preliminary round of this competition. Technical team, please. So we have these number of teams which has participated, and we had the draw of lots. We have petitioner on one side and the respondent on the other side. Team members, is there any doubt relating to this? I think everyone is clear with their team code and with whom they are going to have their rounds. I now request the Vice Chancellor, sir. I now request the Vice Chancellor, sir, to kindly announce the commencement of the moot court competition.
I declare that the moot court competition is open. So my request to Professor Monica is, we also have got with us a leading advocate, Mr. Pradeep Kumar Bhattacharya.
Yes, sir.
So in case he wants to kind of
Yes,
address and give his, suggestions or views, I think, we request him.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Advocate, in fact, he wasn't keeping well, but all this same, he has been kind enough to participate in today's event. Mr. Pradeep Bhattacharya ji, would you like to say a few words? Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes,
You are audible, sir. You are audible.
I always do think the moot court is the
Sir,
first step.
can you switch on your video, sir? Pradeep ji? If it is possible, if you can switch on your video, we'll be privileged.
Thanks for the opportunity I have got from the university to spare a few words. Moot court, to me, always a radiant step for the conversation with the court. It is every day, even the previous speakers also definitely thought how to moot their words before spare. So moot court is the daily court, and it is the only preparedness by virtue of which we can radiant our futurism of advocacy. All the students are required. I don't think it is a competition. It is merely on coexistence of knowledge, exchange of knowledge, and the beautiful words spelled out by our Honorable Justice and previous inaugural session that are to be computed by you in your mind to start you are to future your own words. But it is a logic science introduced by Plato as a oratory. So moot court is most essential for the better oratory in terms of what is called the futurism of the advocacy. That's my say a few words. Every day we practically shadow our words, argument, what had to be placed before the court. Moot court is the first step, essential step, ever step for every advocate. That's my words.
Sir, thank you very much, sir. Sir, over to Professor Monica. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable suggestions and guidance. I would now request respected Registrar, sir, Professor Arvind Kumar Sinha, for the vote of thanks to our guest of honor.
That's vote of thanks.
Thank you, Monica. Respected VC sir, Shri Pradeep Bhattacharya ji, leading advocate. Respected Shri Rajendra Krishna ji, Chairman, Jharkhand State Bar Council. And respected Honorable Justice Shri Anand Tiwari ji. ICFA University, Jharkhand is very grateful to all the dignitaries for having spared their valuable time for the inaugural session and blessing the program, blessing our students, and giving tips to them for successful in their endeavor for becoming a good lawyer. We are thankful to the dignitaries for their time and their preachings to our students, and we hope that in future also we will continue to get their support and blessings. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request everyone to please switch on their camera for the group photograph.
And we have taken the screenshot.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Further, I now request everyone to proceed to their respective courtrooms at their given timing through the links allotted to them. All the best to all the teams, and may the best team wins. Thank you so much, everyone.